Welcome back to Coin Hidden US. The coins you're seeing today are not just old coins. These are authentic, officially issued United States coins. Not foreign, not replicas, and not common market pieces. Their origin, mint history, and extreme rarity have pushed their value into the millions of dollars range. Watch till the end, because these 4 coins might completely change the way you look at old coins. These 4 coins were officially issued by United States mint facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Their metal composition, weight, and design details perfectly match official U.S. mint records. They are not foreign coins, and not modern reproductions. Many similar-looking coins exist in the market, but without verified mint history or real collector demand, they hold little to no value. What makes these coins truly special is their limited survival, unique mint characteristics, and exceptional condition. That's why today, these US coins are not just collectibles. They are auction-level assets, with values reaching millions of dollars. Coin number 1. Take a close look at this small coin. At first glance, it looks like just another dime. But in the world of numismatics, small coins can carry massive stories. We're talking about the 1999 P. Roosevelt dime, officially issued by the United States Mint in Philadelphia. Now let's be clear. A regular 1999 dime is common. You'll find many of them in circulation. But the story doesn't end there. The year 1999 was a period of transition for the U.S. Mint. And during this time, a small number of coins were struck with rare minting errors. That's where this coin becomes special. On the reverse, you'll see the torch, the olive branch, and the oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. However, some extremely rare 1999 P dimes were discovered with unusual errors such as off-center strikes, die errors, weak or missing details, double impressions. These errors are accidental, impossible to reproduce, and incredibly rare. And rarity is everything to collectors. When a coin is officially issued by the U.S. Mint, connected to a historic era, and survives with a verified mint error, it stops being pocket change and becomes an auction-level asset. In elite collector circles, certain error versions of the 1999 P. Roosevelt dime have been discussed at prices reaching millions of dollars. For some collectors, $26 million is not just a price. It's the cost of owning a once-in-a-lifetime piece of history. So if you ever come across a 1999 P dime with an unusual error, don't ignore it. Have it examined and authenticated. Because not every dime is valuable. But the right dime can change everything. Coin number 2. At first glance, this coin looks small, simple, and ordinary. To most people, it's just another dime. But in the world of numismatics, ordinary-looking coins sometimes carry the most extraordinary stories. This is the 1987 D. Roosevelt dime, officially struck at the Denver Mint. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, one of the most influential leaders in American history. His leadership during the Great Depression, World War II, and his fight against polio made him a national symbol of strength and hope. By 1987, the Roosevelt dime had already been part of U.S. currency for more than 4 decades. The design remained classic and unchanged. Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse, the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," and the date 1987. Below the date, the D-Mint mark confirms this coin was struck in Denver. On the reverse, the torch symbolizes liberty. The olive branch represents peace, and the oak branch stands for strength. Now here's where things get interesting. While most 1987 D-dimes are common, a very small number were struck with major minting errors. These include wrong planchet strikes, severe die errors, off-metal compositions, unique production flaws. These errors are accidental, nearly impossible to duplicate, and incredibly rare. And rarity is everything. In elite collector circles and private auctions, verified rare error specimens of the 1987 D Roosevelt dime have sparked conversations in the millions of dollars range. In exceptional cases, figures as high as $2.6 million are discussed, not for the coin alone, but for the historical uniqueness it represents. Not every 1987 D-dime is valuable, but the right one, with the right error, and the right authentication, can change everything. So the next time you find a dime in your pocket, take a closer look. Because sometimes, history hides in the smallest places. Now we come to one of the most confusing, controversial, and fascinating years in U.S. coin history, 1982. Let's make one thing clear first. Not every ordinary-looking coin is worth millions of dollars. Coins become rare only because of very specific reasons. And the 1982 Lincoln Memorial Cent is the perfect example. In 1982, the United States was under heavy inflation pressure. Rising metal costs forced the U.S. Mint to permanently change the composition of the 1-cent coin. Before 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But starting in 1982, the mint switched to a zinc core coated with thin copper plating. And this transition created one of the most chaotic production years in U.S. mint history. In a single year, the mint produced copper cents, zinc cents, large date varieties, small date varieties, multiple mint mark combinations, and most importantly, transitional error coins. A transitional error happens when dies meant for one composition strike coins on the wrong planchets. These coins were never supposed to exist. They were minting accidents. And in numismatics, accidents are priceless. Some 1982 cents were discovered with impossible combinations, wrong metal composition, incorrect weights, mixed date styles, minting rules completely broken. Because of this, 1982 is often called the Holy Grail year for Lincoln cents. And yes, a very small number of verified transitional specimens have sold in private high-end auctions for millions of dollars. In rare, exceptional cases, prices as high as $2.9 million have been reported. But remember, not every 1982 penny is valuable. Only coins that are correctly identified, properly authenticated, and proven to be transitional errors reach these levels. That's why the 1982 Lincoln cent is not just a coin. It's a reminder that the biggest treasures sometimes come from the biggest mistakes. Friends, this is our final coin. This is the USA Lincoln Memorial Cent 1996 D, and its rarity and value are extremely high. Demand for these pennies continues to rise dramatically. If you happen to own a 1976 Lincoln Memorial penny with a black color shade and no mint mark, consider yourself holding a hidden treasure in your hands. On the obverse side, you'll find the words Liberty and In God We Trust, both deeply significant in American history. The reverse side features 1 cent and wheat stalks, a classic design that has become iconic for collectors. But the real magic happens on the edge of the coin. This 1982 no mint mark edge error coin sets it apart from every other penny and defines its rarity. This coin is extremely rare, especially in MS-68 mint state condition. Collectors buy it not just for history, but also for its investment potential. Imagine having a coin that is almost perfect in condition, with only a handful of examples in existence worldwide. This coin is not just a masterpiece, it's a future investment. If you're searching for this coin, check major auctions, professional dealers, and specialized numismatic markets. Always ensure the coin is authenticated by trusted grading services like NGC or PCGS to verify its rarity and market value. This coin is not found in ordinary shops, only serious collectors and investors truly understand its value. Now comes the most shocking part. The value of this rare 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny, no mint mark edge error coin, is $98,000. Almost $100,000 for a single penny. Remember, not every penny is ordinary, but this coin is the perfect example of a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. If you're passionate about coin collecting or a serious investor, this coin is the climax treasure of your collection.